Hey good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of nextlevelguitar.com. Thanks so much for joining us in our continuing series on lead guitar, improvisation, melodic soloing, and how to come up with creative kind of melodic motifs and ideas. If you haven't watched the first 3 lessons, you want to be sure and do that, because we go over things like the importance of repeating your licks, and I'm teaching you how to construct melodic ideas and how to pull them from some scale shapes to use, and how to connect them together. And we talked about connecting them in with some arpeggios. We talked about the scales that we're using. We talked about the mode that we're playing over in this series of lessons, and now we're kind of putting it all together. Now, it's always the chords. You got to know what chords you're playing over. It's the chords that give you the roadmap to what you can use solo and improvisational wise. The key is only a small part of it. We're in the key of C major, but the chords we're playing over are a C major 7 to an A minor. So be sure and lay that down. And we're using C Lydian over the C major 7th chord. And at times we'll use it over the A minor chord too, but you could use A minor pentatonic and blues over the A minor chord. You could use, you know, A Dorian, A Aeolian, any of that'll work. I showed you in the previous lesson some cool arpeggios that you can play over the chords, because we're treating each chord as a separate event. When we play over the C major 7th, we're using C major 7 arpeggios, C Lydian mode, and then when it goes to A minor, we switch to A minor pentatonic and blues, you know, A Dorian, stuff like that. A minor type arpeggios, right? Yeah. The last lesson I explained how we derived that we're using C Lydian over the C major 7th chord, and I also showed you how to convert it back to its parent major scale. So we're playing all of our G major. G major is the same as C Lydian. Lydian is the 4th mode in any major key. So you have to ask yourself, what major scale's 4th note is a C, because we want to play in C Lydian, and Lydian is always the 4th mode in any major key. Sorry. So what major scale's 4th note is a C? The answer is G, right? G, A, B, C. So we're using C Lydian. G major all over the next. So just play your G major scales, but focus and emphasize the C note, and you're in C Lydian. Now let's try some faster stuff. Stuff like that, where we're playing quick bursts. Quick bursts of notes, right, that we'll throw in there. Now, you don't want to start your solo off playing the fastest stuff in your arsenal and just blow your load right out of the gate, because where are you going to go from there? You got to kind of build it up. And I like to throw in some fast stuff here and there, but kind of then, you know, bookend it between the slower melodic stuff. We have this scale shape we're using in C Lydian. Right, and we're also using this guy. Right, G major, C Lydian. So let me show you some cool legato. All legato is just, you know, fast series of hammers and pulls where we're not picking as much, and I'll show you an easy way. I know a lot of students have trouble with this, so let me break it down for you and show you and explain it real simple. And let's start with a lick like this. Right, that's going to be our basis. So all you do is I'm playing on the high E string, I'm playing the 7th, 8th, and 10th fret. One pick on the 7th, hammer 8, hammer 10. So get that. Notice I'm only picking once. So 1, 2, 3. Quick 3 notes. Break it up. Like, don't play them all exactly in the same time. Break. Stop. Right? I don't want it always playing always on an 8th or 16th note. You want to throw some rhythm in there. Then the next part, you're going to do it twice. And then when you get at the end of it, you're going to pull off. So I'm going 10, pull down 8, pull down 7. Notice I'm pulling down. You pull down. Don't just take your finger off when you're doing a pull off. You want to pull down. That's a cool little exercise to do right there. I'm picking the first note in the series of 3. Remember, all series of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's the lick. Hammer, your second one. So pick, hammer, hammer. Repeat. Pick, hammer, hammer. Pick, pull, pull. Pick, pull, pull. Now when you get up enough strength, you don't have to pick that 10th fret on high E. You could just do pick, hammer, hammer, pick, hammer, hammer, pull, pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an 8-note lick. And then just take that lick and just move it right up onto the B string. So we're just going to take that lick and start moving it around the scale shape. Now, if you start to run out of juice and your note starts to fade a little bit, then hit the B string 10th fret. So pick that note first. Then play the lick. Okay? All right? Easy, right? So if you don't have it, you just stay on one string. Then try jumping to the B. Get them all clean. And then when you get down to that last one, we'll slide it down. So we could do the same thing because we want 3 notes per string. So let's slide it into this shape. And let's use the G string, 4, 5, 7, and D string, 4, 5, 7. So you get that. Right? So here we go. Slide that down. So when you slide down to that 5th fret into that other shape, 5th fret on the B string, then we're going to do the same thing on the G string 4, 5, 7th fret. And then 4, 5, 7 on the D string. Remember, add that note in. Pinky on that 7th fret, D string. And then just grab that 5th fret A string and slide it to the 3rd on the A string, because remember, that's our C major 7th. So the whole lick, slow. You can even do back it up a half step. Remember, because whenever you're playing over a major 7th and you're playing over that, you're using that Lydian mode or using a major scale or whatever, your major 7th note is always a half step behind the root. So whenever you go to the root note C, back up a half step, and you have a cool little slide, because that's our B note, our major 7th. That's always a very hip note, right? So a good way to practice this is just put the jam track on and then just start playing these legato phrases, even if you're only playing like real one string, and then try to connect it to some of our melodic ideas that we were playing earlier, right? And you could use these as some flash to, you know, get in and out of the melodic stuff and have some fun, right? But when you're practicing them, move them around within the scale shape and stay in that, you know, 3-note or 8-note pattern that I was showing you, and using the hammers and the pulls, and then just slide it around in the shapes. And then the other thing though is, if it goes to the A, when it goes to the A minor chord, try to slide into like an A note or an E note, strong note in that A minor chord, to really outline those chord changes. Right? It'll give you a very sophisticated sound when you're playing over each chord independently, treating them as a separate event as opposed to just soloing over what relates to all. You can even stay on one string, like just stay on the high E string. Right? I'm just playing all the notes, you know, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, right? You could play all of them. Right? And come up in different combinations over the tracks. I was kind of connecting legato, using it to kind of connect some phrases in and out together. That time I just ran the legato right up the scale. See, again, I'm melodically picking out my riffs that I was learning earlier. Use of the bar from the first lesson, right? But it throws in a little bit of flash, right? Some of that can be kind of cool and edgy and a little bit dangerous, you know. But you know, danger is my business. What movie was that line in? Do you know it? That was classic, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Jeff Spicoli said that, Sean Penn, when he was interviewed in that dream sequence, right? The movie's so funny. He did a great job in that movie.
All I need are some tasty waves, cool buzz, and I'm fine.
So anyway, these flashy little legato things you could do are really cool. It'll take you a little bit of time to work up the speed, but just do it slow at first, you know, and stay on one string like I showed you, right? And then work them up over time. Watch the other lessons in this series and where I talk about the repetition factor and how important it is to repeat your licks and vary them and add drama and just get to that chorus, right? Just repeat.
Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!
And subtle use of the tremolo arm, right? Very David Gilmour-esque. And again, we're adding a little bit more nuance to the playing. We're leaving space. We're connecting our melodic ideas. That's what this whole series of lessons has been about. So be sure and check them out, and be sure to go to our website, nextlevelguitar.com. It's a full online structured curriculum. I add new content every 4 or 6 weeks. There's over 1,300 video lessons on there now, jam tracks, written lessons. It's a massive structured guitar curriculum for all level players, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and all genres of music too. So check it out. There's a 3-day free pass right on the home page. And be sure to click on the link below, get your free video lesson that's not on YouTube, and a free ebook that I will email to you. No charge. You'll really like it, so click on that link. And if you get a chance, click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel here. We really appreciate it. I'm David Taub. Hope you're enjoying this series on improvisation and lead guitar and melodic soloing ideas, and take these ideas and run with them, and remember, put your own spin on them. This is just a jump off point. This is a springboard, right? This is we're diving into the pool here, so to speak, to get you going. And some of these lessons as we go on are going to require a little bit more time to sink in than the earlier stuff, but that's, you know, just remember your playing is an evolution. Stay positive. You can do it. Keep putting that guitar in your hands every day, and I will see you in the next lesson. Take care, and keep on rocking.